folksy friend, and today is Spooky Folklore Sunday. Today I'm going to be talking about the fearsome Kelpies of Scottish folklore. Let's imagine it. You are walking across the beautiful Scottish countryside and you come across a river. Along the bank of the river you see a beautiful horse, and it's wearing a bridle, so you think it must belong to someone. So you approach and you notice the horse is kind of wet and it looks like it has watercress tangled in its mane. So you think to yourself, maybe the poor thing fell into the river. But as you get closer, you start to feel this sudden pull to jump on its back. You start to reach for the bridle, but the horse backs up quickly and then kneels, and you think to yourself, oh, he must want me to ride him back to his owner. Why not? You take a hold of his mane and you pull yourself up onto his back. But as soon as you're settled, you find that you can't move your legs. They are somehow stuck to the horse's back. You panic and try to pull yourself away, but the horse takes off running towards the river and without hesitation jumps in. There is nothing you can do as the horse dives deep under the water and stays there until you drown. This has been an unfortunate encounter with a Kelpie. The name Kelpie might come from the Scottish Gaelic word colpach, meaning colt. It is a water spirit, and it might be considered part of the fae or fairy world. They appear primarily as a dark horse, sometimes wearing a bridle, sometimes not, and mostly appear beside rivers or streams. Kelpies draw people in, particularly children, and lure them into jumping onto the Kelpie's back. Some traditions have it that they then drown their victim. Some traditions have it that they drown and eat their victim. But always, they want them dead. If you can get a hold of a Kelpie's bridle, or if you can put a bridle on an unbridled Kelpie, you can enslave it to your service. A Kelpie is stronger than 10 normal horses, but they will never stop trying to get out of the bridle, to either trick you into taking it off or to get it off somehow, and then they're not going to be happy with you. Kelpies do have the ability to shapeshift into human forms as well. Some sources that I read said that Kelpies turn into women, but the majority say that they typically turn into a human man. Those sources that say Kelpies turn into men say that they can either turn into a young, handsome man or a very ragged, shaggy-haired man. In their handsome form, they try to lure young women away and make them into their brides. And as the shaggy-haired version, they jump up onto the back of passing horses and crush the riders to death in a vice-like grip. The few sources that say Kelpies can turn into women say that these forms are beautiful and they use their forms to lure gullible young men and children into the waters to drown them. Important to know, you can always identify a Kelpie in human form by the watercress and shells that will be tangled in their hair. Lore says that if you hear a Kelpie wailing, it means that there is going to be a storm. And if you see one in the distance, you are likely to drown. There are other malevolent water horses in different traditions. The bunyip of Australia, the Ninir of Iceland, and the Wihwin of South America. These creatures all have their differences, but they all share a common purpose: to keep people away from dangerous waters, especially children. I hope you join me next Sunday, where I will be talking about Baba Yaga, a Russian witch who enjoys eating children. If you enjoyed this video, please hit like. I hope you enjoyed spending some time with me today, and I'll see you next week.